Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. Today, we're going to be talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, and I am with...
Xander.
I'm Zach.
Kane.
Can you speak again, Kane?
Kane.
There you go. For some reason, 5, you always have to turn up so much. But we are back for the season finale today. Today is the last episode of movies for season 4.
Guess what today is?
What is today, Zach?
Today marks the 28th anniversary from 28 Days.
Oh my
28
God.
days.
28 days later. When did you start this countdown, Zach?
3 weeks ago.
28 weeks ago.
Yep.
28 weeks later, here we are. But, for those who don't know, Nightmare Before Christmas is about Jack Skellington is bored with scaring people. The Pumpkin King of Halloween Town discovers Christmas Town and attempts to bring the holiday to his home, which leads to him kidnapping Santa Claus and delivering ghoulish presents to the real world. So, how would you guys like to rate this movie? 1 through 10. 10 being great, 1 being not so great.
I was raised on this movie like my entire life, so it's part of me, man. So I'm gonna go with an 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Zach? So you watched it for the first time with me last night, and for those, a little story, I tried watching this movie when I was a kid. I had no interest in it. No offense for those who are big Nightmare Before Christmas. And I'm still a little bit, not like, I appreciate a little bit more of it, but I still feel like this story is a little bit more simple, a little too simple for me. I just didn't, it also felt rushed, be it is claymation, so I do give them lenience for that because claymation is hard to do and you have to have a lot of patience for it.
Oh yeah, I don't know the exact year count, but it took them like 3 or 4 years to animate the whole
idea
thing.
even took long enough.
Yeah,
because it got like turned down multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Like multiple studios shot the idea down.
Mm-hmm. All right, Zach, how would you rate this movie out of 10?
I was a 7 out of 10. It was all right.
7 out of 10?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? I gave it a 6.5 out of 10. Oh. I mean, it wasn't great, but I wouldn't say it's bad either.
Right.
I really liked the dark and gritty style of Tim Burton, but that's just me. So that kept me engaged, especially with claymation. I love seeing how the worlds is built together, especially when it comes to how early claymation this was. It was like early 90s, late 80s?
93,
early 90s. So even claymation then, like, when did Wallace and Gromit come out? Because that was even early too.
I think Wallace and Gromit was late 90s.
Was it late 90s?
I think so. I think Nightmare is the predecessor.
Interesting. Here, let me look it up real quick. So Wallace and Gromit.
89, I believe.
89, yes. So it came. I figured, wasn't Wallace and Gromit one of the first claymation stuff?
I think it was, yeah.
Like one of the more successful stuff. I'd like to do more research later.
Yeah.
But yeah, the reason why I gave a 6.5 out of 10 is like I said, I think it's wonderfully built together, great character design. Overall, I think the story is a little rough. It feels rushed, like I said, and I personally didn't feel the connection much between any of the characters. Like, usually stories, I feel at least some sort of connection to some of the characters, but I really didn't feel anything. I just felt like I was there for the ride and nothing really happened. But,
what about the pupper?
I would say Zero is my favorite one. Zero is great. I love Zero. You gotta turn on the camera.
Oops.
There you go.
My bad.
No, you're good. I was just trying to help you out. Bro's got the back of my hat. But for those who don't know, I am wearing an Oogie Boogie hat for this movie today because, you know what? Who doesn't like Oogie Boogie? I think I feel like he just is the most complex character in the whole story.
Brother, honestly, top 5 Disney villain for me.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But who's your guys' favorite character?
Mine's a two-way tie, you know. I am torn between either the mayor or Oogie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zach, who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is...
Are you trying to remember the character? Describe, I can help you out, maybe.
It's between Oogie Boogie and Jack Skellington.
Okay, fair enough.
The dog.
The dog. I would say mine's either between Sally and Zero. I mentioned this earlier, but I'll say it again. But I feel like I was more connected to Sally and the doctor that she was fighting against with, like, trying to poison throughout the whole movie. Mm-hmm. I feel like that felt more interesting than Jack's story.
Whoops. I like that realization at the end, though.
Yeah.
Like, when it starts snowing and Sally sees that Dr. Finkelstein made a new, like, creation. What's going on back there?
Yeah, for real. I thought bro was taking his clothes off for some reason. No, he's just taking off his sweatshirt and his shirt almost came with it.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, right. Dr. Finkelstein made a new person, and she was like, whoa, I'm free. Oh my gosh. Like, I liked seeing that they were able to animate that expression onto her face. Yeah.
I can agree to that. But I just...
Right, let's fix this.
Something about Sally and Zero is just such great characters overall. I forgot to mention this, but the critics for Rotten Tomatoes gave this movie 95% out of 100. And IMDb gave it a 7.9 out of 10 on IMDb. And a person that I chose for a reviewer would have to be this comment by Kenneth Turan, and he said, part avant-garde art film, part amusing but morbid fairy tale. It is a delightfully ghoulish holiday musical that displays more inventions in its brief 75 minutes than some studios can manage in an entire year.
I like that.
I do too. It's a little rough wording at the beginning, a little too fancy for me, but I like the way this guy described it. It's exactly what I would say this movie is. It is really breathtaking. The story is a lot of different. Like I said, the surface level story that you see is okay, but the deeper you get in the story, the more and more I like it because, like, even the characters' like background story is more interesting than the surface level.
It's really
story
Halloween
that you see.
themed.
It is like this movie dives really deep into each characteristic, like witches, vampires. So Jack Skellington, I assume this as more of part of later, but I'll mention it. Jack Skellington seemed more like the Headless Horseman.
Ooh, yeah.
Sally's more like Frankenstein. Like, you know, Frankenstein's bride.
Frankenstein's monster, Finkelstein would be Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you meant.
And then Zero was more like Frankenweenie. That's what I was thinking. Like, but like stereotypical Halloween theme that you see throughout this is very laid out for you, and I like that.
You know what's crazy? When the movie first released, it tanked.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't until way later it like popped off and like shot into the stratosphere with how popular it was.
So that is because of people bumping heads with Tim Burton and his ideas, because people thought when Tim Burton first released his movies, they were too dark for children, so it wasn't easily publicly released.
Right.
So Disney first had ownership, then lost it, and then they bought it, and now they have ownership again.
Yeah.
So it's very confusing with the ownership, and I hate to say this, but I feel like Disney doesn't deserve this one. But that's just me, because what was the original company that I think it was like Cornerstone?
I think you're right. It was Cornerstone. I think it was Cornerstone
Productions.
Oh, cool background.
Thank you. I can't figure out. Let's see, movie. I don't know. I can't figure it out. But it's like a little blue moon with like orange hash marks in it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
You know, like you recognize it once you see it. But I'll figure it out later. But what's your guys' favorite scene in this movie? Starting from Kane this time.
Wow, always put me first. No.
Hey, it's the first time you're first. Get it?
I don't know.
Of course you don't.
Zach, you go.
Yeah, Zach, go.
What? No.
Bro, like, I wish I could have got that, but Ro's eyes went from relaxed to, oh no.
Uh-oh.
You know that one SpongeBob episode with the fish running up and the eyes dilate? That's what I thought of when I saw Zach's face. Oh no, and then just stopped right in front of the camera.
Favorite scene?
Favorite scene. Just describe it as best you can.
I'd say it's hard. Maybe them being in the village and then the one dude driving away, acting like it was like a whole pandemic. He was like announcing like, sorry, I'm currently watching Jack, whatever his last name is. But I don't know. I really don't know.
You don't know what's your favorite?
Like,
are you talking about when the mayor goes around town and they're all looking for Jack?
yeah, or like a skeleton riding a sleigh, and then
Oh, so you like
poof, like he's just gone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say that's my favorite scene.
What's your favorite scene then?
I don't know. The whole movie? Like
The whole movie.
The whole movie's just that good, man. The whole movie's that great. Kane, you have figured out your favorite scene yet?
I would have to say in the beginning,
The opening sequence?
when he's Jack's on the
horse?
somewhat hill.
Oh, the actual
okay.
hill itself.
Yeah.
Where he
and
like
the
walks
moon and
down and then it unfolds. Yeah.
I like
was
that.
really cool.
I wish they could have done more with that, to be honest with you, because of
Yeah.
how much it's advertised. They barely use it.
They do in the video game.
Listen, man, I heard so much crap for the video games. So,
I think you're just missing out.
Xander, what's your favorite scene?
I like the scene where the mad scientist is building the girlfriend for him and he puts the brain in and he kisses the brain and it shuts and it clamps down on his lips and then he starts flailing his arms.
I think
like
of him
that.
like a duck. He has like a duck nose.
He does kind of look like a duck.
He just kind of looks like a duck.
Well, I think this movie was produced like 28 days ago.
You think so?
I see what you did there.
It was bad. It was bad. My favorite scene would have to be when Oogie Boogie dies. Like you get to see him all unravel.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think that's really beautiful. It's just
Like his voice gets like more and more high pitched because it's like less
Yeah.
and less bugs making him up.
and it just the amount of effort that they had to go through this would have been awful.
Oh yeah, especially
But
for
they
claymation
did-
in the 90s.
Yeah. But with how good it even looked, it looked great. Yeah. I feel like they did really well on that. They had all the bugs clumped together and then somehow managed to make it look like it's all falling down like dominoes. Like it works perfectly.
What you've done.
And then even when the bugs were hitting the lava, that looked so good.
It looked real.
It looked real. Like I don't know how they did that. I don't know what the fabric is, but it's just they did so good.
Mm-hmm.
The impact of this movie would have to be, I chose two big ones specifically that pointed out to me, would have to, like I said, the stop motion animation. The film's groundbreaking stop motion animation helped pave the way for other successful movies as in like Coraline, Corpse Bride, and many other movies, Frankenweenie, Nine. What are some other stop motion movies?
Box Trolls.
Box Trolls. Oh, I love Box Trolls. That's a good one too.
Uh,
I said Coraline. I already said Nine. Paranorman. Monster House?
No, Monster House was mocap.
Was it mocap?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Gosh, do you have any other stop motion movies I can't think of?
Oh wait, I want to change my favorite scene.
What's your favorite scene then?
I like the scene where Oogie's about to send Santa and Sally into the lava, and he goes 6'7".
Oh yeah, that's what he did yesterday. He was like 6'7". I was like, dude, I am going to hurt you. It was like dead quiet. Like I think this was the most focused I've seen him in a movie. Like he wasn't on his phone. He just turned around and said 6'7", and I just said, watch the movie. I don't remember what I said exactly, but I was like, really, dude? So I had you guys take a character quiz.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, really? I mean, I took one. Oh, yeah, I took two, actually.
Let's say there was two. I had Xander take one because the other one was iffy. So if you only took one, that's fine. I usually try to do both because, multiple different quizzes kind of helps you figure out which character you are.
Well, you told
really.
me to take two, so.
But starting with Zach this time, which characters did you get? And tell me the descriptions for both of them as well.
I mean, I got 2 characters.
Oh my gosh, so did I. I got the same exact one. I am so sad.
I got one quiz. I got Oogie Boogie.
What's the description for Oogie Boogie in the first one?
You keep life interesting for those around you. You live in an adrenaline rush, and you're exceptionally fearless in the face of creepy crawlies. And then I got Jack Skellington for the other one.
What did that one say?
You are Jack. You are very curious and get bored easily. You are not afraid to take charge. You are the Pumpkin King after all.
Fair enough. I don't think you're either characters personally.
Well, I think you're wrong.
I mean, the first one a little bit. Other than the last part.
Yeah.
Let's have a
I
structured
feel like,
debate here.
I feel like Zach is more of...
Wow.
I don't even know, because none of the characters are like you, honestly.
I take offense.
Barrel.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I can see him as Barrel. Barrel's one of the trick-or-treaters with the smiley face.
Yeah,
That's
the
him.
skeleton kid.
Yeah, that's you. But I don't think you're a bad kid, though, so that's why I don't think of you as any of them.
You're right.
Kane, what characters did you get?
I got Jack Skellington. Says, you are the life of the Halloween party and a person of many talents. Once you've set your mind on something, there's very little that can keep you from going after it.
Womp womp.
Boy?
Did you just say womp womp?
Yes, he did.
He just did the brain rot of the show.
And the other one I got Santa Claus.
6, 7.
Really?
Yeah, I was surprised by
Interesting.
that one.
I'm sorry.
It says you're the infamous Santa Claus.
28.
You tend to stick to tradition, and you were very, very nice this year.
Oh, look at you.
28 days later, he was.
It took him 28 days to be on the nice list.
Yeah. No,
Xander, who'd you get?
All right, so y'all aren't going to believe this. I actually
28
remember...
days later?
What?
You got 28 days later.
I actually remembered the description this time. So I got the mayor of Halloween Town.
Oh, wow. All right.
I'm scared.
And the description, in my opinion, point blank got me. It's, you take Halloween very seriously, but not seriously enough to downplay the festivities of the season. And for people who know me, like, Halloween is, like, sacred to my family.
Oh, I love Halloween, too.
Yeah.
Halloween's the best holiday out there.
Yeah. Actually, we go insane, like, every year for Halloween. Our front yard, we've got, like, 6 inflatables out front.
Dang. See, I don't got the money for inflatables.
We have a giant animatronic skeleton and a whole graveyard set up.
Wow.
And then in our backyard, peeking over our fence, and you guys are going to think I'm insane for us having this, but we have a 15-foot tall inflatable Stay Puft Marshmallow Man
I love that.
looking over our backyard fence.
That's amazing. I love that.
Wow.
I want that Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
I bet you do.
All right.
Everyone's entitled to their hear me outs.
Well, yeah, all you got was that.
Hear me out. 20 days later.
I got Jack Skellington for both quizzes.
All right. I see it.
You guys, I've already heard both descriptions, but I'll read them again, I guess. The first one says, you are the life of the Halloween party and a person of many talents. Once you set your mind on something, there is very little that can keep you from going after it. Second one says, you're very curious, get bored easily. You're not afraid to take charge. You are the Pumpkin King after all.
First one's accurate. I don't know about the second one.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, man. 20 days
So,
later, I'll figure it out.
am I Jack Skellington, guys?
I see it.
How so?
I don't know. Like,
Fair enough.
the whole being the life of the party thing, you're very good at keeping the conversation going.
Thank you.
Stuff like that. So, yeah, I see it.
I try my best. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of how we met. You know,
Yeah, that is true. We met at a party.
Yeah, and you took charge and speaking, and how the conversation went from there. So
28 days later.
And I mean, especially with the radio show. So
that is true. All right.
Leave now.
Get out of the room now.
Zach and Xander bringing the brain rot.
The 2 X's. Gosh, why did we put the 2 X's in the room? Sounds horrible, by the way. But the other impact of this movie is the merchandising phenomenon. Oh my gosh. Can we talk about that for a second?
Every Hot Topic, Spencer's, loaded shelves of Nightmare Before Christmas
I don't know
stuff.
why.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
I get it. It's a pop culture phenomenon.
It was a 28 day delay.
That doesn't make sense, Zach. 28 days later, you come with the merchandise.
This is random, but
Took 28 days to make merchandise for it.
That is true. That meme is so true. So, if you guys do not know, I will mention this. Turn it back around.
What?
So, what Kane is showing us right now is a meme that says, "These always made a nice sound when you hit your sibling with them," and it's one of those fake microphones that just added an echo effect to your voice, and it's just cheap plastic microphone, and all he is don 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 don. And when you would heal
676767.
All right. You can hit him with that
we can mute
microphone.
him, right?
I shouldn't have changed my favorite scene.
There you go. I muted him. Ha ha! You can't get hurt.
Just
now.
a distant echo of 6-7.
6-7. All right.
Hi.
Zach. You can have your mic privileges back.
Yeehaw.
All right. You're about to lose it. I'm just kidding. All right, we're going to get into the news real quick before we take our first break of the night.
Wait until another 28 days for me to lose it.
Anyway. It'll take you 28 more days. The news is that there is a new Michael Jackson biopic movie trailer that was just dropped. Zach Kreger is in the works of a Resident Evil movie.
Zach.
Not you.
Oh, dang.
There's a Backrooms movie made by A24. It is in the making currently.
Ooh.
There is a Goofy Bear Cup being sold at Starbucks, and I saw that recently today or yesterday. I don't remember. It's it looks like one of those small honey bears that just filled with honey, just as a cup.
That's why the line was so long yesterday.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Quentin Tarantino is releasing Kill Bill, The Whole Bloody Affair, which is added some bonus features, some extra scenes in there, some extra blood in there. It's just re-releasing the films to add those just extra stuff to see that the movie has. And there will be, like I said, include an animation sequence, and you'll be seeing the 35 to 70 millimeter film that was used in this movie, and that will be released on theaters December 5th.
December 20.
And
there we go.
Sad news, Rockstar again delayed GTA 6 until November 2026.
What a shocker.
How do you guys feel about that?
We're never getting that game.
It feels like 28 days.
I'm
28
not surprised
years later.
Yeah, for real.
At all.
What'd you say?
I said I'm not surprised at all.
I agree with Zach, though. It's going to be 28 years later. Wait, let's do the math. So the game, the GTA 5 came out in 2013.
28 years later.
Plus 28.
28 weeks
It'll be
later.
2041 by the time they drop GTA 6, guys. If we do 28 years after 2013. So,
But look, if Rockstar is going to make GTA 6, it has to live up to being GTA 6. So I get why they're delaying it. They just make sure the game is as good as it can be.
it's funny because I saw a meme today. It was like the game animators and creators that are testing and making this game. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm finally done. Yes, I don't have to touch this game ever again.
Nope,
And then-
another delay.
And then Rockstar's like, actually, I want to make that physics just a little bit more realistic. How about we postpone this another year? And the animator is like, yeah, it was a pretty funny video. I want to see if I can find that and show you during break. The last news for the night would have to be that Sony greenlit a sequel for K-pop Demon Hunters. How do you guys feel about that? I don't think any of us has seen it or care enough to or appreciate this news.
You know, I recently listened to the soundtrack of the movie.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not a big K-pop guy.
Yeah.
But there were 2 songs on there that I liked. And one of them was Your Idol, which was the main villain song.
Yeah.
And then the big song, I think it's called Gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet, but I want to, and I'd like to do that one in the future, considering next season will be the last season of my college career, and I will be hopefully continuing this show after college, either in the station here or on my own. Either way, I want to try to continue the show. It probably won't be as consistent if it's not part of this station, but I would love to try to keep it as consistent, but it's going to be harder to do considering I don't have the equipment here available for me. Because then I would have to actually pay for the equipment and so on and so forth. But
you hear that, Asa?
Yeah. I have to talk to Tish and Trip about me continuing the show after graduation, but we'll see where this goes.
Yeah.
That's the rest of the news tonight. But I got personal news. This is going to happen. Let's see. So the 14th is this Friday, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So the 14th is this Saturday. My friend Marloma is releasing a music video for her song Winter Autopilot, and she just now made a radio edit version of this song. So there will be a music video dropping this Friday. Look out for that on YouTube at Marloma. She will be, honestly, if you guys just go over there, she would love that, honestly. I will be reviewing this song and music video this upcoming Sunday for our season premiere for season 5.
All right.
So stay tuned for that. We'll be reviewing that. If anyone is interested in reviewing this song and not be able to come to the radio show, I can send you the song. Just send me back some feedback. And then I'd love to put you on the show for reviewing that.
Yeah.
So again, Marloma's new radio edit song of Winter Autopilot and music video will be out Friday.
Also, be sure to check out that comment on that video that I made
On 28 Days Later episode as well.
Because it's been 28 days.
Yes, it has.
Literally.
I'm proud of it, too.
All right. We're going to take a break here. Xander, are you going to stay after this, or are you going to leave for us tonight?
I got work in the morning.
That is fine
sorry.
with us. No, you're fine. Do you have any last remarks before you leave for tonight?
The Witching Hour and a Half is Sundays from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on 88.3 FM, WXUT, Toledo's only alternative. The Witching Hour and a Half is a ghost hunting show where we talk all things paranormal while bringing good music and good vibes. Tune in on Sundays, again, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. on 88.3 FM, WXUT, Toledo's only alternative.
All right, and we're going to send you off to Jack's Lament by Jeff Castellucci. It's a cover for Jack's Lament. I hope you guys enjoy this version. I enjoy this one better than the original one, personally, but I hope you guys enjoy it. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Enjoy.
Wait. Also, thanks for having me.
Of course, no problem. Come back anytime.
That means actually tune in to a show, because it's actually wonderful.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. And I am with...
I'm Zach.
Kane.
Yes, we are back to continuing about Nightmare Before Christmas. And for those who don't know, Zach is still here. Xander is gone because he had to go home for work tomorrow morning. So it's okay. We got the rest of the gang here. So yeah, we're going to be going on to the theories that we have tonight. I have a few more so breakdowns rather than theories, but some theories that I have are going to start out as simple ones. So one theory is how Jack Skellington actually died, and because of how much information we're given by the movie, and especially the introduction of the movie and him, we see that he is on fire and then jumps into water, and he's a skeleton. So my theory is that he died by fire. What do you think of that? And that's why he's here.
I can see that.
You can see that? Zach, you have anything for that? So my theory was that Jack died by fire. Do you believe that, yes or no? Especially you see him at the beginning on fire and then jumps in water and he's just a skeleton now.
Yeah.
Okay, fair
It's
enough.
believable.
I'd say it's a more realistic one, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is going to be more of a breakdown of Tim Burton versus Disney, and you see that battle even in the movie, not just like, the production-wise itself, but you see that in the story. So people thought it was directed by Tim Burton, but it was directed actually by Henry Selick, but Tim Burton conceived the film and produced it. The film represents the relationship with Disney. He used to be an animator for them in the 80s, and since then, he's clashed with them. And his dark and grim style don't fit with the bright and happy style that Disney has. And the clashing of Christmas and Halloween Town is the clashing between the two styles of Tim Burton and Disney. So what do you think about? Do you think that the relationship between them two are very ideal to the story?
Did you get the photo of me biting the mic?
I'm not
last
sure.
time?
I'm not sure why.
If you find that somewhere, please send that to me. Thank you, Zach.
Why? What do you do?
He was taking pictures, and I was like, "Wait a minute!" I remember doing a picture of me biting the mic.
Cool.
And I didn't receive that from the 4 photos I got. So, wow.
He's just slow of you. He's just taking a picture. But what do you guys think of that theory that the Disney and Tim Burton relationship is shown through Halloween Town and Christmas Town?
Yeah. With how things are laid out, and kind of the story, I can see that.
Yeah. Zach, how do you feel about that? No feelings? Just being the photographer around here?
Yeah, bro.
Around these
I'm
parts?
certified.
Certified. What? Certified photographer.
Yeah, bro.
All right. So another theory is that what am I reading?
Well, the last
Last two?
Yeah.
Cool. So fellow friend of mine has sent me a theory, and they said, have a theory about that. He was the original Jack that was on Corpse Bride. So Victor, I'm guessing, that was actually what I was about to mention, actually. He was alive, but then since he went to the land of the dead, and he was on Corpse Bride, but he came back as Jack Skellington, represented all of Halloween World or the Scary Holiday. Either way, yeah, I agree with that. That's actually goes on to my next theory that I have is that, Jack Skellington is Victor, but dead. And that goes into, the Corpse Bride is the prequel to Nightmare Before Christmas, and, eventually he becomes Jack Skellington. But the thing is, why would he change his name is my question. Is it just because he's going through, a crisis of some sort, Or is it just, the theory? I don't know. I still like to think of Corpse Bride as a prequel to Nightmare Before Christmas because of them having similar dogs, and people have theorized that Frankenweenie is also a prequel to Corpse Bride as well. And considering the kids both have the same name as in Victor, from Frankenweenie and Victor from Corpse Bride, I feel like it just all correlates down to prequel. Frankenweenie is prequel to Corpse Bride. Corpse Bride is a prequel to Nightmare Before Christmas, which I find interesting as well.
All right. Yeah, I can...
The only thing that doesn't make me believe that Victor is Jack Skellington is a name change. But maybe that's just the name that people came up with for him in the Halloween Town. That's the only thing I could think of. But everything is matching to Victor being Jack Skellington. The cartoon work is specifically done by Tim Burton films because they are all characters he draws and creates himself. Yeah, I mean, especially with Tim Burton having the same. I mean, Tim Burton being the same person making these worlds and characters, I can see how they can connect. Because even in this movie, I would talk about this later as well, Tim Burton mentions Beetlejuice in this, and Tim Burton in Beetlejuice mentions Nightmare Before Christmas. So I feel, I mean, with any director's work in general or filmmaker, always makes a universal world of all their movies, incorporating other films, if that makes sense. I don't know how I really worded that. I think I did as best I could right now. But yes, I do agree with Victor being Jack Skellington. How do you feel about that?
It's definitely interesting.
How so?
6, 7.
No, Zach.
No, not 6, 7.
20 days.
With all the information we share, those are the only two things that he can only memorize. Zach, do you even... Okay, Zach. Do you... Actually, yeah. I don't think you've seen Corpse Bride.
Oh, I haven't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, never mind then.
To be honest, or...
If you want to, I don't care.
Yeah, I have not watched that movie.
Yeah, I thought you stayed there to watch it. Maybe you didn't. I don't remember, but... Corpse Bride is the one with Dead Bride, literally Corpse Bride, and Victor.
Wasn't that the last movie we saw, like...
It was the second movie we watched after this first original screening. It was after As Above, So Below.
But I didn't really watch much of it.
Yeah, you were in your own world.
I kind of just sat there.
But, yeah. You were saying, Kane, about your opinion on Victor being Jack Skellington? Zach is done for a little bit.
You're grounded. Just connections, kind of how everything was laid out, personality, a little bit here and there, and just the feeling you get. I can see it.
Just you can see it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Another theory that I had to this is that this movie shows cultural appropriation as a real message, as in it is bad, as in we should do it in a correct way rather than an incorrect way.
Yeah.
Which you see the cultural appropriation as in Jack Skellington try to take something from another culture, aka another world, or another, just a group of people that you're not familiar with, or another holiday, and try to put it in their own spin, and realizing that it's wrong. And you see that Jack Skellington realizes that what he did was wrong because it's his version of Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was that Christmas in Halloween Town, because it's their interpretation of Christmas, that would have been fine. But if you would have done the actual version of Christmas, it would have been better for Christmas Town. Mm-hmm. But the fact that he did it wrong is where things ended up horribly wrong, where everything's perfect in Christmas Town. Everything's happy. It's not gritty. It's not dark. It's clean. And then you just see bugs and like dismembered body parts as gifts. They're not going to accept that. And it didn't end well, considering they tried to do a twist on that from another like film, as in try to put him in jail, as in another Christmas movie. Just you see that interpretation, aka Santa Claus with Tim Burton. They think he's a bad guy, but in reality, he's a good guy. Santa Claus is actually doing the good.
Yeah. There's a nice psychological aspect to that, though.
Yes, there is.
Which, I mean, that can go in many directions.
Thank you.
Welcome. I forgot I had it. Oh my God, I'm getting a million messages.
Was a messenger here?
Apparently, you're the messenger man. We have duct tape, right?
Sure. Sure. You were saying about the psychology behind this?
Do you have anything on it?
No psychology specifically on that. No.
Gotcha.
I have the overarching film, but not the. That's later though. That's like the last thing, pretty much.
Gotcha. All right. But, it's definitely interesting to see that though.
Let's see who we have as a color tonight.
I'm scared.
Me too. Hello, caller. State your name and what made you decide to call on today.
Yes, this is Jim.
Oh, hi, Cody. How are you?
6-7.
We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
You wish.
It's $67.
All right, Cody. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, well, I'm still waiting on Brent.
What game you guys playing tonight?
Probably going to do some Roblox shenanigans.
Fair. You should add, ever since tonight's theme of focus of topic tonight is Nightmare Before Christmas, you should do a Roblox game relating to that. How do you feel about that? I feel like you guys should do it.
I'm pretty sure I did see a Nightmare Before Christmas horror game once.
Go ahead and play that. That'd be awesome. And then send me some pictures. But Cody, talking about Nightmare Before Christmas, have you seen the movie before?
Yes, I saw it when I was in second grade.
Fair enough. I don't know if you've rewatched it again, but try your best to remember everything as much as you can. But who would be your favorite character in this movie? Have to be. Thinking deeply.
Jack Skellington.
Jack Skellington, why is that?
Because
Just because?
he's the coolest skeleton in town.
That is true. He's the best skeleton in town. He's the only skeleton in town. What's your favorite scene in this movie? I believe in you.
This may sound a bit weird, but Oogie Boogie's death.
That's literally what I said. Honestly, yeah, that's exactly what I said, is Oogie Boogie's death. I just feel like it was... I mean, for how much hype there was about this character, he deserved a really amazing death. Like, that sounds really bad, but it's just so beautiful how they did it. Like, they showed the sack falling down, they showed the bugs falling down. Like, it seemed very realistic. And I love how realistic it seemed that his death was. And it was just beautiful. Why was that your favorite scene, though?
Because he scared me as a kid, and it meant the scary man was gone.
I was about to say, were you hyped that he was dead because of how scary he was, but you just answered it right there. Considering when I was a kid, I tried watching this movie. I didn't really peak fully in interest until more recently, considering, I worked at Spirit Halloween. Of course, I gained interest on films I didn't really care for. But that's just because of me being around it all the time. But that's what sparked my interest, because I was like, I want to buy something for the end of the year. And I saw an Oogie Boogie winter hat, and that's what I bought. And I'm wearing it for this episode. So that made me decide to do an episode of Nightmare Before Christmas. And it works, because Halloween just ended and Christmas is coming up. So I thought it was perfect timing to do Nightmare Before Christmas. So what kind of better timing than this, honestly. So if you would have to be any character in Halloween Town, who would you be? Besides for Jack Skellington, obviously.
The dog.
Zero? You would be Zero?
Yeah.
That is fair. Zero is pretty dope. He gets to fly. Isn't he the only character that can fly in this movie? Besides, without having stuff to make him fly, Zero just... I
think so.
Yeah. Yeah, you could just fly wherever you want. You're like Superman. All right, do you have anything you would like to say to end your call for the night?
Yes, but first, let me confirm you're all a bunch of film nerds, yes?
Yes, obviously.
All right, so remember, when a cop turns killer, you have the right to remain silent forever.
You didn't even
Maniac cop.
You didn't even do your voice. You didn't do your Skeletor voice.
Oh, sorry.
I was ready.
Remember, when a cop turns killer, you have the right to remain silent forever. Maniac cop. Until we meet again.
I love that. Thank you so much, Cody, for calling in again tonight. I hope you and Brent have a wonderful night gaming on Roblox. Please play Nightmare Before Christmas game for us tonight. And then send me pictures. I'll probably post it on Instagram if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
All right. Hope you guys have fun tonight. May or may not be able to join call for a little bit or not, considering I have to take a shower, but don't keep your hopes up. Hope you guys have a wonderful night. And yeah, thank you for calling again, Cody, and I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Don't you guys like it when Cody calls in? Isn't it like your hype of the night? You guys seem... I like how you guys use it as your guys' break. You both do your own thing. You're just sitting in your own world. Kane's over here typing away, maybe doing some research. I don't know. I know when it came to Call of Duty Ghosts and some other games that we talked about, you were doing mad research.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what you do now. Maybe you're responding to text messages, but it's a good time.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Understandable. And then Zach over here, you can totally tell he's ready for a nap. So he's just sitting back here, just stoically staring.
He's practicing. He's in his pre-nap stage, you know?
His pre-nap stage. Understandable. All right. I'm going to...
I'm also trying to get the right link sent to somebody so they can listen. So
understandable. So I do have 3 more theories for the night. So this one's going to go diving more deep of the mystery of Oogie Boogie. We see Oogie Boogie as a burlap sack, right? And in the book or poem that you have, or that this is based on, you don't see Oogie Boogie at all. It's not in the original book or poem in the final form. Everyone in every continent, around the world, always have some sort of boogeyman, right?
Yeah.
And this is like where it goes into like a little bit of psychology as well. The sack idea came from a guy that had a sack and, took kids and took them away from their homes, right? So I feel like that was a good inspiration that they took from this for Oogie Boogie as a sack man as well. Oogie Boogie was added to the film to add a character arc in this movie, which was a smart decision, honestly. Because think about it, the book only had Jack Skellington and Santa Claus, and that's pretty much it. And then other characters that the book had, but
yeah.
Very, very little cast. Oogie Boogie is like Anti-Claus, like, the opposite of Santa Claus. Oogie Boogie would punish naughty kids and tossing them into a bottomless sack. Oogie Boogie kids, they're called Oogie Boogie's kids, lock, shock, and barrel, are traditionally the naughty kids that Boogeyman kidnaps in the sack. Instead of killing them, though, the naughty people would be hired into Oogie Boogie's life to get him food to increase his power to eventually escape and take on the world, right? Oogie Boogie's also made of bugs that we see at the end. Oogie Boogie's also potentially just an enchanted bag instead. And we see Oogie Boogie wants to eat Santa Claus to become more powerful and gain his powers from Santa Claus. But whatever the sack/Oogie Boogie contains, he just gains power from it overall. So what do you guys think of that? A little background on Oogie Boogie before we go into this. What do you think? Do you agree with that? I think the inspiration of the sack kidnapper is really cool, interesting way to make Oogie Boogie into a sack bag in general. And
how do you make a tissue dance?
we all know
Boogie in it.
Okay. Kane, Can we cancel this guy?
I've been trying to.
All right. We're gonna read a little bit more from a friend of mine. I don't know if he would like to be mentioned. Would he like to be mentioned?
I don't know.
Let's just say a friend for right now. A friend of mine sent me something else as well. Adding to Oogie Boogie to the storyline allowed them to have a dual villain, which was never done in a child's movie before, because Jack was seen as a villain at first who saw the error of his ways and became good, but Oogie Boogie never did. That is cool. I like that. I never thought about it that way because we always think of the protagonist as a good guy, even though he's a bad guy. But that is a good spin on it. I like that a lot, actually. Because if you think about it, an example of that would be Joker. Joker's overall a bad guy.
Yeah.
We see how people think the Joker is honestly a good guy, but no, he really manipulates people really badly. Like, he's an awful guy. But because of making him as a protagonist either in the films or in his own comics, we think him as good. We always vote for him because he's the protagonist in his own series.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's smart that we made Jack Skellington a villain, quote, villain, even though he never really seemed like a villain even since the beginning. He seemed more like an anti-hero. He wasn't good or bad.
Yeah.
Because, like, it just kind of throws into, like, it does seem like it's part of a trilogy, like, or not a trilogy, a sequel. Like, it seems like we're missing something because we don't see anything that he's done, but he's just like, I'm tired of doing this. So we don't really see what he did to make him bored of life. Because he was like, I'm tired of scaring people, but you don't see him scaring people. And you don't see him I mean, it's a kid's movie, but you don't see him torturing people because it's Halloween Town. That's what they do.
Yeah.
But you don't see him doing that. It just goes straight into him saying, I'm tired of the same old things.
I mean, I guess...
You finish your thought real quick.
That's kind of why maybe he's, like, in his own little world.
Yeah.
And it's just gotten to the point where, like, now attention's being brought to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Fair enough. Hello, caller. Say your name and what made you decide to call in today.
Hey guys, it's Xander. I'm calling to say goodnight. Okay, bye.
Thanks for calling in, Xander.
Who was it?
Xander.
Oh.
He just said, have a good night, thanks. He listened to us on the radio, guys. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think that's really cool, though. I like that theory. I didn't think about that as him as another some sort of villain.
Yeah.
I will always be a villain. Megamind, if you know. You guys have anything else you'd like to add before I finish these last two theories? No?
No.
Kane?
Not that I can think of, no.
Okay. We're going to go deeper into Lock, Shock, and Barrel, if you're excited about that. Lock looks like he has frostbite or been frostbit or just froze to death because of his blue lips or just because he's, just because it's a potential that he died from being frozen to death. We could see him with, devil costume. We see the horns, we see the tail. It could either be him as, devil sort of creature or him just being in a devil costume. Barrel is more of a guinea pig in all the dangerous tricks and potential way of that could be another potential reason on how he died is just because of him being a guinea pig. He died because of an accident more so. He dresses more as a skeleton that you see, nothing really else other than just a smile mask. That's all you really see of Barrel. Shock is a young witch or likes to dress as one. Oogie Boogie captured the kids and killed them or took them to Halloween Town. Over time, gained relationship and be on the good side of them. The names of them, Lock, Shock, and Barrel, is a phrase. There was a little bit behind this. It was very complicated. It was dove into the English literature and how it connects all to one another. Either way, the phrase just means fighting to be better than one another. They either be opposites of one another or they're very, very similar to one another. If they are dead, or you would think these are the ways they died, like Locke, froze to death, barrel, potential accident, and then there is Shock, that is a witch and just died the same, like by drowning potentially as well. That was one of the theories, that Shock died.
Gotcha, okay.
Or maybe they are just normal people who love Halloween and broke their way in. How'd they find Halloween Town? Like I mentioned, they could have found one of the trees that are found in the forest and they just jumped in the tree. Or maybe because we see in a scene where Jack Skellington goes back to Halloween Town through a tombstone, maybe they were just messing around, a cemetery, and because them being Halloween kids, they like Halloween, they like being in the dark and gritty area. So of course they're going to go to the cemetery. Maybe they ended up finding a way into a tombstone that is Halloween Town.
Okay.
So those are ways that they could have potentially there, or they just died. There's like two theories.
Yeah.
Either they found their way in and they enjoy Halloween, so they stay there, or they died. So are they really Oogie Boogie's henchmen, or are they just normal kids that love Halloween and get to live their dreams? What do you think?
Ooh.
What do you think, Zach? Do you think the Halloween kids, a.k.a. Oogie Boogie's kids, a.k.a. Lock, Shock, and Barrel, do you think they're just normal kids that love Halloween and found their way in, or do you think they actually died and ended up in Halloween Town?
I think they just ended up in Halloween Town.
Do you think they just ended up there? Why is that?
There's no way they're real.
Fair enough. Kane?
Yeah, I'd be like daydreaming if you think that.
It's true.
With a little bit of both.
Rip my shoe.
Explain.
Like,
Hey, that's what happened to my shoes.
they found a way there, but that's how they ended up dying.
Fair enough. So you're saying they ended up there and then they died there, but they are still there because they're technically already dead when they're there.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, it's like the same way with, what's the doctor's name? Finkel?
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah, Doctor. No. The doctor, he died by, of course, being poisoned to death. And because of them already in Halloween Town, they can't die again. So he's technically in a coma and then comes back alive.
I just work here.
You just work here?
Yeah.
Fair enough. So I'm going to dive into how most of the characters died.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit repetitive. Jack Skellington, of course, died by fire. Usually usually when you're on fire, the skin falls off and you're left alone bone. So that's potentially how he turned into a skeleton.
All right.
Well,
Emily died by dismemberment, but also killed for suspected of being a witch, considering we see her knowing how to do potions and whatnot. So that's also another reason. She also had the power to see the future, and supposedly she could have tried to tell someone how things are going to end up. She died.
that smells like coffee.
No, not about that.
There's backwash, isn't there?
No, I'm not worried about that.
Okay. You're going to have to tell me here soon. Mayor potentially broke his neck. He has bipolar, which explains why he could go from happy to sad really quickly. I mean, he has like the face switch. Mm-hmm. So he definitely either died because of his neck, or he has bipolar. And that ended up with that face switch that he has.
I can see that.
But the reason why he could have died would have to be because he, used a rope. So that's a way of that. Finkelstein, that's the doctor's name, Finkelstein. I don't know why I can never remember that. Finkelstein, like I said, died of poison. We see him being constantly poisoned by Sally, which ends up going unconscious for a little bit, which affects him which does not affect him much in the afterlife. Locke was frozen to death, sign of blue lips and pale face, and devil dressed up as in, you see Locke dressed up in devil, And potentially, if that's true, that they're the devil, like, the devil, they have to be somewhere warm to keep them cool, or to get rid of being cold. Shock died by natural death, and it's because they have a purple tinge to them, possible suicide as well. Beryl drowned, potentially, maybe, which is a sign of bluish tinged lips. Body decomposed, dressed as a skeleton to, feel like they have an actual proper funeral, actually being dressed up rather than not actually being dressed up or found. Oogie Boogie was then, warning, potentially skinned alive.
Oh, wow.
Yes. By, body full of bugs, after time decomposed. Yeah. And then maybe the insects, when he died, he came with him in the afterlife. So the bugs never left.
So it's been 22 many days?
He spent 28 days out in the wild, and that's what happens, bugs. Since no skin because of the bugs, he had to make his body with a burlap sack that you see him have. I feel like out of all of this one was my favorite for Oogie Boogie. Yeah. So I feel like that was really cool. Zero died by electrocution. This one's also fun. Smoke comes out of when when you're electrocuted, which resembles smoke. And then him flying in the air is like the same movement as smoke.
Yeah.
And of course, with his glowing nose, he has that same electric current going through his body to make that nose glow. I find that really. I find all these theories fun because out of all the other ones, you got throw in a hint here or there, but this one really dives into the character themselves and their backstory.
Yeah, it gives a little more, like you said, character, personality, and just, I don't know, connection.
You see a lot more connection, yeah. I agree with that. Do you guys have anything you would like to add before we go on a break?
It's 28 days. Anniversary.
Hashtag cancel Zach.
Hashtag 28 days / cancel Zach.
Yeah, there we go.
Please don't.
All right, we're going to take...
I just live here.
Fair enough. Would you guys like to take a 10 or a 15-minute break?
15 minutes sounds good.
15? Zach requested 15.
It depends on how much you have left on your notes.
I don't have much. I just have pop culture references, fun facts, and a therapist review.
What is a short movie?
So, yeah. What'd you say, Zach?
Well, it is a short movie.
It is a short movie. It is an hour and 15. But once we come back, it'll be 11:30. So that give us a half an hour to talk. So we got plenty of time.
All right, yeah.
All right. We're going to come back on 11:30. That'll give us 15 minutes of a break. I hope you guys enjoy the amazing soundtrack of Nightmare Before Christmas. So, yeah, this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show. Enjoy the amazing soundtrack of Nightmare Before Christmas. Enjoy. Rockin' Natural 20 with PC on Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. We will be talking computer, console, and board games mixed in with classic rock, new wave, and excellent covers of great songs. So, for those who don't know, that's what we will be talking about on those days. Sundays from 5 to 7 p.m. Control, Alt, Let's Rock. That's the show name for y'all. And this is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. And I am with...
I'm Zach.
Kane.
And we're going to be continuing to talk about Nightmare Before Christmas. We're going to be specifically talking about... Let's talk about pop culture references that I specifically saw in the movie. I've already mentioned them before, but Frankenstein as Sally, Zero as the Rudolph with the red nose, Jack as the Headless Horseman, and the Magic 8 Ball as the ball in the scene of Santa Claus and Sally tied up. Those are some of the pop culture references I was able to see specifically, other than the basic necessities. You got something to jump in and say?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. You look like you had so much to say there just because you had the mysterious hands tap fingers.
I didn't even realize I was doing that.
You're like, yes, I got so much to say. And you had the raised eyebrow too. Like, I got so much to say.
I was just showing interest in what you were saying.
Fair enough. But that's all I was able to find specifically. I already mentioned it before, so it was not anything too crazy new besides the Magic 8 Ball.
It's always new because I forget everything.
Bro, it's like, thank you for reminding me.
Well,
Yes.
we're close to 28 days until Christmas, but it's about 30.
I'll say you're nowhere close. We got a whole month still, bud. We're gonna jump into the fun facts and behind the scenes. Danny Elfman was the composer and friend of Tim Burton. Sarandon couldn't sing, so Danny Elfman provided the singing voice of Jack Skellington, if you guys did not know that. Zero's nose is jack-o'-lantern, if you guys did not know that. I don't understand how some people do not see that. Especially some of the close-ups that you see of Zero, it's easily recognizable as a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
2001, there was supposed to be a sequel, but was turned down by Tim Burton himself. This story was based on a 3-page poem by Tim Burton, was inspired by Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Grinch, which is, honestly, I can see the similarities. I mean, look at Zero and then look at Christmas Town, because the Grinch would be Jack Skellington scaring everyone and stealing Christmas. The poem was spurred to write poem by seeing a store with Halloween stuff next to Christmas stuff. And it's funny because you see more stuff like that now, even today, especially with Spirit Halloween turning into Spirit Christmas now. You're going to see a lot of Halloween stuff slowly turn to Christmas instead of thinking about Thanksgiving, which is kind of sad because Thanksgiving is very important.
I definitely think we need a Thanksgiving vibe back.
Yeah.
There's like, it's either Halloween or Christmas, and you're like, oh, Thanksgiving's still a thing?
Yeah. No, the history behind it's not great, but also it's not bad either.
Yeah, it's not even about the history, though. Like,
it's just the message behind it. Like, it's the time of month that we should be thankful for everything that's around us.
yeah, it just kind of feels like, oh, Thanksgiving dinner, and then it's over.
Yeah.
That's all you think about. And then there's no, like, family togetherness and connection. It's just Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
That's it.
I even feel like not New Year's is like that new thing. No one really cares about New Year's much anymore either.
Yeah.
It's just, it's New Year's.
Yeah. I don't know. But, like, is that everybody's perspective, or is that us growing up?
That is true. I mean, especially with today's kids, I'm not as around kids as much as I used to because my mom's a babysitter. Mm-hmm. And, I'm in college, so I'm not really home that much. But even then, I try to avoid them as much as I can because I can only handle so much kids. Because I grew up with my mom forcing me to be around these kids.
I'm the complete opposite. I grew up basically raising my sister's kids. And anytime I get the chance to babysit, I'm like, yes, when and where.
See, the thing is, I don't mind kids. I just get fed up very short. Like, I'm so done really quick. Like, cool,
I'm the
get
opposite.
away from me.
Everyone's like, how can you stand them for that long? I'm like, it's not hard. I enjoy it.
It's not hard. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to talk to kids, too.
Just say you don't like it. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, can you agree? Sometimes it is hard to talk to kids. Like, you try to talk to them and they look at you like you said something wrong, and it's like, bro, what do you mean?
Or they get on like
I'm telling my mom
new topics that like they're talking with their friends about, and I'm like, I am not part of your friend group. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, maybe it's just us getting old, guys, and the spirit is trickling away.
Could also just be like we're in that like middle stage between like
leaving our parents' house. I feel like once we find our spot in life, I feel like that twinkle
teenage
in our
adult
eye.
to like starting to get a family, or like people to like.
I mean, they do say kids always add that sparkle back into your life, anyways,
and a headache.
Just remember,
and a headache at the same time. Yeah,
just remember this: you're only a year older than me.
That is true. Do you still have the sparkle in your eye for Thanksgiving and New Year's?
I mean, they're holidays.
We should definitely do a party together, like a little
Friendsgiving.
Yeah,
I will have to figure that out because I do have one that I'm already a part of and promised. So we'll have to figure that out for sure.
Well, we can find like another week. It doesn't have to be like near it.
Oh yeah, obviously we'll have to figure it out.
November.
It's up in the air. It's not confirmed for sure. But yeah, continuing on with the fun facts and behind the scenes. I don't even remember what I was trying to say here.
I don't either.
It took 3 years to complete the film, which is very interesting. The movie was shot in 12 FPS, which is a total of 109,440 frames, which is crazy to think about how many times it took them to shoot this. It's crazy. Because if one little mistake happened in a scene, they would have to restart the whole scene all over again just to make it perfect and flow perfectly. But one thing I do find about stop motion animation, even the jankiness, just because it is shot in 12 FPS, it is like lower. We're so used to 24 FPS plus that. So this is, again, on the newer side of stop motion, but it's still crazy how smooth it looks too.
Yeah, definitely.
The original introduction for the film was narrated by Patrick Stewart, but was cut out. But still, you can still hear him in the soundtrack. Which, if you listen to the soundtrack on your own, you will hear him. The 2008 special Blu-ray reading, the reading of the original poem is done by Christopher Lee. The issue on whose film is Henry Selick spent more time on the set, but Burton owns the story because it's his idea. So the behind the scenes on this is the battle of whose film is this really? Because Henry Selick directed this, right? But the idea and the own story was made by Tim Burton. That's the fight right there, yeah. And I think they, of course, they settled with Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas, which makes sense because he's the one that made the story.
Yeah.
Henry Selick just take that idea and made it happen. This is Halloween verse that says "tender lovings everywhere," and that is a reference to Danny Elfman's song with that title in the movie Oingo Boingo. I don't think I've seen that movie, but I've heard of it being referenced. So interesting. The most difficult scene to record was Jack grabbing the doorknob of the Christmas door, and you know why? Because they had to get that perfect reflection of Jack grabbing that door and being able to be seen, but also not seeing the cameras at the same time.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. The character Behemoth is based on a Swedish movie actor and wrestler Tor Johnson. The snake toy resembles the sandworm from Beetlejuice.
Ooh.
The shrinking head toy that is seen is the same small head that you see in the waiting room in Beetlejuice. The cat toy head resembles the mascots for Shrek's department store in Batman Returns. The four people doing the puppet, usually during the puppet, the actual puppeteering is usually four people doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The full moon that you see on Christmas Day, supposedly in the movie, if you limit down on what year this movie is taking place, they've limited down between 1950, 1958, 1967, 1977, and 1988. Which is interesting to think about that someone took this and thought of it that way and tried to figure out what year this movie is based on. There's usually 13 animators that work on this film. The blinks are done with wedges that is shoved in the eyes. Single frame issue with the film crew would have to be. Oh yeah, already mentioned this. If there's like a single issue in the in the scene, they would have to redo the whole thing. The film set had trap doors below the structures so they could help animate those puppets.
Okay, that's cool.
And depending on the lighting as well, they would either have something really micro or something as big as this room. Yeah.
Wow.
Depending on the lighting and whatnot in that scene.
Interesting.
So think about it. How many different sets they have
right?
that are that big or that small? There is a total of 230 sets with 19 different sound stages. So think about that. That's a lot. Jack Skellington had his first appearance in Beetlejuice on Beetlejuice's carnival hat when he's coming out of the ground at the end of the Beetlejuice movie. I don't know if
Okay.
you remember that. Henry Selick's, this was Henry Selick's debut movie. So movie is what made Henry Selick big and pop off and to do other movies. And then the last fun fact and bonus feature or behind the scene for the night is that the sets and the costumes of Halloween Town are inspired by a movement called German Expressionism, which is known for weird angles, strange lines, and contrasts of light and dark. And I find that really interesting because considering this was one of Tim Burton's first movies and that this movie was inspired by that German Expressionism, which is really interesting to think about. So, what do you guys think of all the fun facts and behind the scenes? Do you guys have anything to add or say?
Because I was just thinking, like, now with, like, the different scenes on, like, small and, like, big, like, setups and stuff, that's a little easier to do. But then, how things have changed from then and now.
Yeah. I mean, some things are still shot on big sets as well.
Well, yeah.
But mainly now it's just micro sets for stop motion.
Yeah.
It's usually as the size of the table. Of course, the table would have yards and yards of scenes and sets and whatnot.
But you're also working with a lot more editing tools and different things like that now.
Yes, you're doing...
Then, so.
Back then, you had to build everything. Now
Yeah.
you just barely have to do anything.
Yeah. So kind of thinking on that, the difference is really interesting to me.
Yeah. Bouncing off of that, I remember watching Coraline in 3D that came out this past summer and watching it with my girlfriend and seeing behind the scenes, because after the credits, they would show the behind the scenes.
Got you, okay.
And they would have like interviews with the original people that came back for this, and they were like, man, imagine only if we had this equipment back then, we would have this so much done faster.
Right.
Because back then they would have to replace, in Coraline, they replaced each head. And in the 3D version, all they had to do was change the top half or the bottom half of the face.
Got you.
So I find that really interesting.
Yeah.
Zach, you have anything else you'd like to add to that?
Not really. I just been listening.
You just vibing?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But also with the changes with back then having to like put in that effort even more.
Oh yeah, just shows you how much they actually enjoy doing this and actually care about it.
Yeah, and like also at the same time, it makes you kind of think on how back then you had to bounce off creativity. And now it's kind of like, well, the computer will do it for me. Or, well, this will just make up for this. And like back then, you had to think about that stuff yourself. And you had to come up with it. You had to stick with it. And you couldn't rely on other things because it wasn't there at the time.
Yeah.
I think we need that back.
Yeah, we do. We honestly...
We're depending way too much on technology and not enough on ourselves.
Especially with AI.
Oh, especially with AI.
I say, like, use it as a tool, not a crutch.
Yeah.
Use it to come up with ideas, but not copy other ideas. Build off of those ideas.
I mean, even with coming up with ideas, I mean, I think you still try to come up with your own.
there was an article that I've seen actually recently about AI, and they were saying because of AI, we're losing our problem-solving skills. We're losing our...
Oh, yeah.
What's the word? Difficult thinking skills. We're just losing everything that takes years to build.
Yeah. Like, for me, like, it's like, well, how do I fix this? Just like you would YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, how do I, do this? But for the most part, when it comes to, like, writing and, like, ideas, like, especially in songs, like, I refuse to use AI, Google, anything. Everything I write personally that means something to me.
Even if you're looking up a synonym?
To understand something, like, sometimes I normally do, but for the most part, I normally try to keep it all me because then it trains my brain to...
I mean, you think about it. So if you're trying to if you don't want to Google, like, let's just say synonyms or rhyming, right?
Yeah.
Just have a glossary.
Yeah.
You could also do that by an updated glossary. Obviously, it will give you some newer words to match with what you're thinking, or even if you're trying something new, or not new, well, but newer for us. Go back in time, look at old glossaries, do some dating, and look at some of the old words that could come back in, and use it in your music. I feel like that would be fun to do.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like I'm very strict on keeping my ideas from my own person.
Oh yeah, same here. I know sometimes I just see things online. I'm like, I want to do that, or like, I want to make that into a video. Like, even something simple as, I hate to say this, but anymore, whenever I see something, let's just say a product comes out, I want to do that, or I want to make that into a video. I just boom, 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 boom. But that's just me being a content creator, seeing something and turning it into a video. Yeah. That's just where my brain goes.
Yeah.
Whereas someone else, oh, that looks cool, and then just move on. My brain goes to, I need to turn this into a video. This would be fun. Like, or this would just be fun to review in general, because no one else is going to do it as much. Like, let's just say, I mean, this is the best time to honestly get into content making, because your ideas and your creativity is different from everyone else's. Make it your own ideas. Make it your own spin on it. If you want to do a food review channel, put your own spin on it. You can do it, but the best way to get out there is putting your own spin on it.
Yeah.
Make it into a story. Like,
but also at the same time, like, when I'm scrolling through Facebook, the amount of AI videos I see
oh my gosh,
is insane.
It's awful.
And I almost appreciate, like, different, like, ads that actually came from somebody thinking about it.
Yeah.
And not just an AI thing. You know what I mean?
I think one of the more creative ads that I've seen more so recently is taking an old meme or an old ad and incorporating it into their ad.
Or something I really like, I haven't seen a whole lot of videos of it, but it's somebody creating like a new advertisement for YouTube or like, you know, brands, and they're drawing it.
Yeah.
And turning it into like a slideshow type of thing. Like it's all drawing though.
Yeah.
And it's all their own work.
That is one thing I do miss, is like, it's going off of the stop motion, but the flip books. I miss seeing flip books.
Yeah.
That was crazy. I mean, I guarantee there's still someone out there, but it used to be really, everybody and their mom was doing it somehow.
Yeah. I don't know the last time I've seen a flip book.
I think maybe in a year. I think because I hate to say it, critically online, I see it at least once a year.
I think it's been about since I deleted TikTok. It's almost 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a difference between you and me, obviously, in our lives, but I'm not going to take it against you. But that's just me being a content creator. I constantly have to see what's up today in life and use it into my own content and whatnot. Yeah. But yeah, AI is crazy. Like, we need to go back and make original ideas. I mean, think about it, nothing's original anymore. But what makes your stuff original is taking that idea and putting your own spin on it. That's the best way.
Making it personalized.
Yes. Personal and your own idea. You're going to make something different and original that will put people's attention towards it. So yeah, go ahead. There's a little inspiration for you guys. Go ahead and do that. But I got one last thing for the night. We're going to talk about the therapist review on this movie. They said Jack going through a midlife crisis, pretty much. Him trying to find his own identity. He's empty because of his everyday success. Because if you think about it, we as humans deem to constantly look for success, but him constantly having that success is no longer feeling like success, and they're bored of it.
Yeah.
So that's how he's feeling. So he's looking for a quest for identity, and Sally, with that compassion and empathy, looking for the best for everyone and everything, is also awesome. Another part of this movie that you see is Jack trying to find something that is new that he'll love and work towards, and that's where he's going through that midlife crisis, finding that something new and putting all your heart into it. And that is falling in love with something, and everything is great because it's new. Halloween seems stale for Jack now, So he leans towards to something like Christmas, which has joy and innocence to bring to Halloween, which is what he's trying to do because he wants to throw in another feeling into Halloween rather than just spooky. I want people to be scared. He wants to feel joy and innocence into it rather than just those two aspects of it. Halloween Town just takes Christmas and puts it into their own twist, like I mentioned before. Jack has lost himself in trying to find himself. It's just eventually he's just going to burn bridges between everyone and even himself if he keeps just looking for something like that. So he just has to find that middle ground. So that's the therapist review, just kind of summarizing over the whole video. He kind of dove into something else, but it was really cool. I have all these sources on my website, AJ Reineck WordPress. You can find it right there, and you just click the WXUT button on the menu, and you'll be able to find all my notes. All the way at the bottom is all the videos I watched for this episode today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. One last question to end tonight. Christmas or Halloween?
Christmas.
Halloween. 2 against 3. Booyah. Or 2 against 1. That didn't make sense the first time, but 2 against 1. Booyah. Halloween's better. I don't care for the Christmas presents. I find it very stressful because you're expected to get someone a gift, and it's just a battle of gifts. While Halloween, you are enjoying yourselves as someone that you want to be or never get to do throughout the year, and you won't be looked at or frowned upon just because you're...
And you get to read the candy buckets.
That too. But
I
you
read
get
the candy bucket anyways.
I feel like Halloween, you get to express more yourself rather than Christmas. It's just you're giving.
I like the feeling... I don't really care for it.
I mean, I like the facial expressions on people's faces when you give them stuff, but the pressure of getting someone something sucks. I hate that feeling.
Yeah. I don't know. I like giving, even if it's something small. But I also really like...
But the thing is, I can do that whenever. Why specifically Christmas? Why am I expected to spend absurd amount of money on someone during Christmas time when I can do it throughout the year?
I think it's more
sporadically. It seems more appreciative when it's not Christmas because during Christmas, everybody's expected to. While throughout the year, if you like, even because if someone said this, hey, you want to go out to dinner? That'll be your Christmas present. It's not going to feel the same because you're expected to get something for Christmas.
I mean, that's also the thing. Like, something I never really had a family Christmas.
Yeah.
Very often when I was young, it wasn't really much of a family Christmas. But the past 2 years with my partner, getting to experience that togetherness and coming together as a family.
That's what it should be.
That's what I love about Christmas.
Yes.
And even at home, the lights, the Christmas tree, setting up the Christmas tree. And
see, that's what I like.
Feeling of Christmas, the vibe and the spirit of Christmas is what I love.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it's more than just one day, you know? And I just feel like Halloween, it's you're getting ready to dress up, and then you dress up, and then it's kind of over after that, because there's not a whole lot of people that really drag out Christmas anymore. Halloween.
And that's where you have me, because I love Halloween.
Yeah, but...
Celebrate it.
Back to,
5 minutes, by the way, just a heads up.
Yep. Thanksgiving. I think, Halloween and Thanksgiving need to be spread out more and more... It's kind of just feels like everyone's dropping it.
Yeah.
So...
I like Halloween.
Good example.
I don't not like Halloween.
Yeah, I know.
My older brother bought a Lego set that it's the exact same Lego set that that his girlfriend bought him for Christmas. So his Christmas gift pretty much spoiled itself.
Yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen there. Hopefully you guys solve that issue. You're gonna have to let me know how they figure that out.
Yeah.
All right. Any last announcements for the night from you guys before we wrap it up?
Subscribe to my channel. I make content. Good content. I just need to edit.
Yeah, instead of sleeping.
Okay. All right, that's crazy. That's wild.
Yes, instead of sleeping. I said this last time. I am starting...
Sleep is for the weak.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm starting a youth wheelchair football team in Oak Harbor, my hometown. If you know somebody that would be interested or you are interested yourself, please contact me. My email will be somewhere.
Just send it to me and I'll put it in the description.
All right.
Cool.
Go follow my Instagram.
Heck yeah. I have one last announcement for that. I'm going to be re-announcing it tonight. Next week, I will be reviewing Marloma's radio edit and music video of Winter Autopilot. Feel free to text me on the Plexi Film Show, Instagram, or email on the website. Either way, just DM me and I'll send you. And if you're interested in reviewing it, feel free to DM me for that. So yeah, I'll be reviewing that next week. Be excited for that. This is AJ with the Plexi Film Show, WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Love you guys so much. Hope you guys all have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Streets, we finally have snow now. So yes, please, if you are hearing me right now, you're coming home from work or you're going to a friend's house or returning from someone's house, please stay safe. Especially, I think we're getting more snow this week. But yeah, stay safe. Love you guys so much. And I will talk to you guys next Sunday from 10 to midnight. This is WXUT 88.3, Toledo's only alternative. Have a good night, guys.